Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Chloe ran off a list of things she needed to do that day as a preoccupied Xander glanced at his tablet computer in his living room. Xander replied it was fine when Chloe asked if she could work from home. Well, something has caught your eye, and it is clearly not me. What exactly are you looking at? Chloe inquired. Gwen had married Dimitri, according to Xander. Dimitri awoke in the Dimmerer mansion's vacant bed, staring at the ring on his finger. So, it wasn't a dream, Dimitri said quietly. Gwen reappeared with a candle-filled muffin. It wasn't a nightmare. Gwen wished her hubby a happy birthday. When Gwen urged Dimitri to make a wish, he imagined that the rules of his inheritance had altered, allowing him to marry Leo rather than Gwen. Dimitri smiled and extinguished the candle on his muffin. What exactly did you wish for? Gwen inquired. I can't tell you, or else it won't come true, Dimitri explained. Gwen pressed Dimitri to tell her what he wanted, but he refused. At least I know one of your wishes was granted. You married before your 40th birthday, Gwen observed. Many thanks. Not everyone would understand the rush, Dimitri explained. Dimitri inquired about Gwen's feelings on the double wedding. I barely noticed them, Gwen said. Gwen told Dimitri that she was solely interested in her husband. Dimitri expressed similar feelings towards her. Gwen stepped on top of Dimitri and informed him that it was time for his birthday gift. Leo poked his head out from under the sheets as Gwen slipped beneath them. Dimitri exclaimed. Is there something wrong? Gwen stated. Dimitri was overcome with ecstasy when Gwen drew aside the sheet. I'll carry on then, Gwen replied. Please don't, says the author. Dimitri explained. Dimitri muttered, I want to see Gwen's face. Dimitri kissed Gwen on the lips. Xander paid Maggie a visit at the Kyriakis mansion. I assume you called me over here to try to persuade me to work for you again. And as I have stated, I'm quite content at the Spectator, Xander stated. Maggie explained to Xander that she had invited him over because she felt he owed Victor an apology. Xander twitched. Maggie saw that Victor was challenging, yet he was compassionate for his family. And I know it's been incredibly difficult for him, because you and he are alienated. I mean, he adores you, Maggie explained. He has a funny way of expressing himself, doesn't he? He disparages me at every opportunity. It makes me feel worthless, Xander retorted. Maggie explained that Victor was furious because Xander had left the family. He practically shoved me out the door, explained Xander. Maggie agreed with a nod. The point is, Victor is getting older, and his health isn't what it once was. And I think you two should try to reconcile before it's too late, Maggie advised. Xander shrugged, noting that he had been doing oak without Victor in his life. But he needs you, Maggie said. Except for Justin, Maggie remarked that Victor was not on good terms with any of his family members. And whose fault is that? Xander stated. Maggie requested that Xander rethink. Victor has been in a bad mood lately. I think you should extend an olive branch to him, Maggie suggested. Xander agreed to speak with Victor with a moan. However, I'm only doing this for you. Because I hate seeing you worried about the old tosser, Xander explained. Maggie hugged and thanked Xander. Xander was about to head upstairs when Maggie informed him that Victor was paying a visit to Beau. Has there been any change in his condition? Xander inquired. Maggie declined. I think that has a lot to do with why Victor has been so low, Maggie speculated. When Xander returned, he'd promised to speak with Victor. In the meantime, can I take you out for breakfast? Xander inquired. Maggie replied she'd love to, but she was on her way to see Sarah in Chicago. I think it's about time that she and I got everything out in the open, Maggie stated. About what? Xander inquired, perplexed. Maggie revealed that Sarah was seeing Rex. When Maggie mentioned that Bonnie had discovered the relationship while she was in Chicago, Xander became skeptical as to why Sarah had not informed Maggie about the relationship. I think Sarah doesn't want me to know because she thinks I'll be upset, Maggie explained. Confounded, Xander recalled Bonnie, assuring him that Sarah was not dating Rex. Perhaps she didn't want to offend your sensibilities, which is something I should have thought about before opening my big mouth. I'm so sorry, Maggie apologized. Maggie was reassured by Xander. I'm glad Sarah's moved on, Xander informed Maggie. Xander informed Maggie that things with Chloe were going nicely. We're getting pretty serious, Xander said. Maggie expressed her happiness by Xander. Maggie was wished a pleasant visit with her daughter by Xander. I'm going to be very interested to hear what my daughter has to say for herself, Maggie explained. Eric brought Sloane breakfast in bed at her flat. You have a busy morning? Eric inquired. Sloane checked her phone and saw that Trask had contacted her. She probably wants to tell me about her date, Sloane said. Sloane was kissed goodbye by Eric. Eric ran into Trask as he opened the front door, and he let her in as he left. Is this something about Lee? Sloane inquired. Trask said that she wanted to wrap up their discussion about Sloane's huge secret. It wasn't that important, Sloane explained. You said it was about Nicole Walker, right? Trask inquired. Sloane agreed with a nod. Trask stated that she had spoken with Nicole in the square, which made Trask question if the secret was about Nicole's baby's paternity. I have no idea what you're talking about, Sloane admitted, laughing nervously. Oh, I bet you do, Trask replied. Trask stated that she was aware that Sloane had assisted in obtaining a DNA swab from Eric in order to determine the paternity of Nicole's child. As far as I can tell, E.J. DeMuro was never tested, Trask stated. Sloane stated that it was unnecessary. Trask went on to say that she was aware Sloane had inadvertently obtained Nicole's DNA test results. Nurse gave me the wrong envelope, Sloane explained. Is that really what happened? Trask inquired. Sloane inquired as to what she meant. Is Eric the father of Nicole's baby? Trask inquired. Sloane mentioned that the paternity test had revealed that Eric was not Nicole's father. Trask reminded Sloane that the test was based on the sample she had obtained. And, as you pointed out, you had a vested interest in him not being the father, Trask contended. Sloane scoffed, accusing Trask of making irrational assumptions. But you can see why I'd be suspicious, can't you? The DNA test was the only way to show the paternity test incorrect. And what if you happened to get your hands on them first by accident? Trask inquired. Trask inquired if Sloane had intended to reveal the secret. Okay, you are correct. I'm not the only one carrying Eric's child. Nicole is too, Sloane admitted. Sloane explained that she was the only one left in the planet besides Eric. I didn't want to be without him. That's why I swabbed my cheek instead of his, Sloane explained. Trask inquired as to how Sloane knew Eric was the father. Sloane said that the results of the DNA tests had indicated that EJ was not a match. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.